And then we get to the knife that as a parent of these blades, I would like to think that I love all my children equally, but I would be lying through my teeth. When I was 14 years old, I saved up my nickels and dimes and bought a Puma Hunter's Friend. And even after I was making my own knives, designing knives, that knife was never very far away from me. It was in a pack, but it was handy. If I was in the woods and it wasn't there, I felt nervous. And I literally carried it for over 50 years until I talked somebody into making this guy, which happened to be KABAR. And this is a very simple 4 1/4 inch blade, which is all the field crafty guys say your blade ought to be about this big. And again, it's short enough that if you get up into here, you have tremendous tip control if you're skinning. You can baton with it. And most of the stuff you're going to baton to get a fire going, you're not going to be attacking 12-inch rounds. You know, you're going to be attacking little stuff. And it also is an extremely handy, this is a pretty good onion slicer. It does a hell of a job on salami. And it is an extremely easy knife to do field crafty stuff. Now, mind you, I took a 14-inch patrol machete that you've made.
Yes.
And made a fire kit with it at a class I went to. And I was in a fairly confined space, and I got what little extra space there was because carving and stuff with a 14-inch machete has a tendency to make the people who are with 18 inches away from you a little nervous. But I got it done. It was a kind of I made a fire kit of board and bow and stuff. So, but this guy is probably the handiest blade. These two together are extraordinarily handy. You'll note that this is fairly thin in cross section, and it is slightly egg-shaped. Through this, I don't know if you can see that or not, but that egg shape makes a great fit in your hand, and is extremely comfortable. And this again has a smooth-ish but not slick handle, which again, you'll note that this area right in here makes it difficult
Good choke point
to over travel. And this nice smooth exit that back here makes sure that there's nothing works the bottom base of your little finger. And I often think to myself, you know, we all talk about, you know, what's the one knife? I mean, how many times have you heard that discussion?
Yeah.
And the answer to that is that there is no one knife. There are ones that come closer than average to it. But the one that I find myself reaching for, the two that I find myself reaching for out of all my children, is this guy and this guy. And I mean, I want if you put the three of these together,
You've pretty much got it covered.
you got everything you really need. I make a nice big kukri, which was designed by Hank Reinhardt. The blade was designed by Hank Reinhardt and is an absolute mover of material. You can make chips with that. But it's heavy, heavier, and if I and under certain circumstances, if I was if I was fighting in a jungle environment, would I want the Reinhardt? You damn well better believe I would.
Clear brush and opponents.
Yeah. A wonderful fieldcraft tool and a fearsome fighting tool. But these three are the ones that I recommend that if you go into the woods with these three guys, you will not be underknifed.
Yeah, you got it covered.
You got everything covered.
Well, these are knives that work for a living. So,
They are indeed. They don't work for a living. I'll be very angry at that particular child if it doesn't work for you.
thank you so much, my friend.
Have a good one.